Sinclair Media. This is from Popular Info today, Judd Legum's newsletter, popular.info. He says, this month Sinclair Broadcast Group has flooded a vast network of local news websites with misleading articles suggesting that Biden is mentally unfit for office. This is what I was telling you about. And I'm not going to go through the whole list. I mean, many of you are probably quite familiar with them, but I encourage you to check it out, popular.info. It's the top story. Also, our Surgeon General, Vivek Murthy, is speaking truth to power here. This is quite impressive. He has said that the threat that social media poses to America's children is so severe that we should put a warning label on the apps like we do with alcohol and cigarettes. He cites several studies, including the most recent one that was published in the American Medical Association, the journal, published in JAMA, that showed teens who spend 3 hours a day on social media double their risk of depression. That's incredible. I mean, if you could demonstrate that that marijuana doubled your risk, a teenager's risk of becoming depressed, and depression, can often lead to suicide, it would be taken off the market. If you had an ulcer medication or a stomach, some over-the-counter drug, right, something you take for a cold or flu or an upset stomach, and it doubled the risk of depression among teenagers. Teens spend nearly 5 hours a day on social media apps, according to a Gallup poll. Now, he doesn't have the power to do this. Forgive my coughing. We're just going to have to live with it. He doesn't have the power to put a warning label on these apps or to require it. The Surgeon General's role is largely advisory. He doesn't run a regulatory agency. But Congress has that power. And so he's calling on Congress to do something about this. And, Congress appears to be frozen. As long as political bribery continues to be legal here in the United States of America, as long as Clarence Thomas's tie-breaking vote, Clarence Thomas, after he took millions of dollars in gifts and bribes from right-wing billionaires, cast that vote in 2010 in Citizens United, it was a 4-5 decision, or 5-4 decision. He cast the deciding vote to legalize political bribery. And so as a result, social media companies just pour money into the campaigns and PACs, particularly leadership PACs, which you can extract cash from after you leave office. These social media companies are basically just buying off our politicians left and right. It's a tragedy. It's a crime. It shouldn't be happening. But it's crazy. So what do we do about this? Well, Kathy Hochul, Ron DeSantis, oddly enough, signed a bill that would prohibit children under 14 from getting their own social media accounts, and kids under 16 would need parental consent. Kathy Hochul in New York is looking at something similar. I think these are good ideas. I'll be back with your calls on the other side of this break. Stay tuned.